Oh, son of a bitch!
All right, we're back.
It's been a long series of months.
It's been too many months.
It's been too many months. It's been like fucking 8 months or something.
God, summer.
I don't want to count.
Summer 17. So many memories.
I don't want to.
So many summer flings.
Yeah.
Right, John?
Yep. So many babes. Just kidding. Still not single ladies. All right. So anyway, we had a really good end of the season last year because Deshaun Watson slaughtered some fuckers and Clemson won. And god damn it, that's pretty cool.
Yes, the bowl. The bowl playoff was pretty great.
Yep. The Pac-12 won like a bottom barrel number. Fuck them. I don't remember who won the most, but I think the ACC just decided that they were the best conference regardless.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Whatever. I mean, they can keep that bullshit.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you guys.
But we all got to watch Alabama lose, and that was a lot of fun.
A beautiful thing.
Lane Kiffin lost his job before the game even happened.
Amazing, also.
I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about Lane Kiffin going forward.
Anyway.
And there's been a whole slew of coaching changes.
Yeah.
Including our beloved California Golden Bears.
Well, fuck Sonny Dykes.
Yeah, Sonny Dykes out this piece.
We just found out yesterday we're also going to have a new AD pretty soon, so that's good too. Post-season, though, I think.
Yeah.
In May.
But things are looking up.
Yep. Things are looking good. We're going to try to sell the stadium to the aliens, since they're the only ones with the technology to move the stadium that we owe so much money on.
Did you see that they put in a line in the turf that denotes where the fault line is?
Really?
I think that's fucking awesome.
I think that's great. I think they should have been doing that a decade ago.
It's not on the field, but like behind the end zones, it is.
Oh yeah, no, that.
So
that
I think that's great. I think opponents should always be fearing the worst is going to happen to them when they walk into.
Absolutely, it'll be like that fucking Dark Knight scene.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's going to happen to you.
Yeah, like Hines Ward is the only person who can outrun it.
Yeah. Do you see me, Ole Miss? That's going to be fucking you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. You're not in Oxford anymore, hotty toddy.
This is earthquake country. Earthquake country. We don't call hookers on our company phones here, Hugh Freeze.
We don't.
Hi. I remember as a kid running up on the bleacher side over there, and the crack was just right through that entire side of the stadium.
Like the back wall. The back wall was jutting apart.
Oh yeah, no, it was great.
But anyways, it's a new season.
It's a new season, a new day, and today is August 15th. So we are approximately 11 days from the start of college football. It's really a beautiful thing. A lot of fun shit's gone down already. Hugh Freeze is out because he's a fucking moron.
Bob Stoops retired.
Probably because there's something secret that we don't know about.
The other shoe hasn't dropped yet, but it's coming to.
We'll find out why Bob Stoops retired suddenly. Besides him just being a bad coach.
What else happened? I feel like
John Franklin III, who was the guy from that Netflix show Last Chance U, transferred from Auburn to FAU to be with his beloved Kiffin.
Kiffin is back in a head coaching job. See how long that lasts.
Right where he belongs, in a school that we can't even remember the name of.
Yeah.
Eamon thought it was FIU.
FIU, is it
Is it FAU, FIU, FGCU?
That's the other one, yeah.
South Florida.
Central Florida.
No, Central Florida is actually kind of good.
North Florida Penitentiary? I don't know.
I think there's a North Florida. I have to ask my girlfriend. But yeah, I mean, we'll roll through this. You know, there's not a lot going on right now. We're just talking preseason. It's the preview. Welcome.
Yes.
So first we're going to be talking ESPN's bullshit top 25 because the AP's is not out yet. ESPN. I don't know where to start with you guys. Is it because you've lost so much of your staff because you guys are so unpopular that you decided to make this awful top 25 list? I don't know.
To be fair, most top 25 lists are terrible. ESPN's is only just about as terrible as the rest of them, but
that's extremely true.
They did get rid of probably most of their college football writers, so that could have something to do with it. And they just had I don't know who's left there. They probably just had Stephen A. Smith just write a bunch of names on a board. He's
Well,
like,
I mean, we read through it and we looked at Ohio State and it was like after last year, Urban Meyer had his most shocking loss of his career, and we're like, did you just start watching last year? Because we saw him have some shocking losses again at Florida.
He's had quite a few shocking, embarrassing losses.
Yeah, there was the great one where he lost to Michigan State and ate Papa John's pizza.
Oh, well, I mean,
that's
that's legendary. I mean, that might have been the greatest day of my life.
That was incredible. I mean, I thought we all thought Ohio State was going to win that hands down, and our fucking Michigan State boys just came in there and kicked ass, and it was a beautiful thing.
Yep, I will remember that day forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably the best viral marketing for Papa John's it's ever had.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, those Peyton commercials do nothing for their brand.
Yeah, I know.
But
more sad football coaches eating pizza.
Sad football coaches that we don't like, preferably.
Yeah.
I believe also this year we're gonna have Sonny Dykes at some shitty Texas school.
Yeah, I think Texas Tech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where his dad coached.
Where he'll be able to use his same bad offense to have mediocre years.
I mean, it's a perfect fit for him.
It is a beautiful fit for him.
They basically subscribe to his theory of throw the ball at all times and what is tackling.
Yep. That's they get that magazine monthly.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, the bummer is that when we do have our real preview for week 1, it's I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's disappointing.
There's only like I don't know, 3 or 4 good games.
Unless Rice can pull something out of their ass, it's gonna be a really weird.
Yeah, don't trust Rice though.
Yeah, never trust Rice. I mean, I don't know who sends their kids to Rice, but
I think the best game of week 1, and you said we'll get to that, is Florida, Michigan.
Well, is that even week 1 though?
It is week 1. It's the second weekend of week 1. It's like a weird.
Yeah,
it's
the
a
people
weird.
Who start school later.
It is. It's the first game for Michigan and Florida.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah.
But it's. I mean, that seems like a pretty fun one.
Yeah. No, that seems like it's gonna be really good. I mean, what is that? That's a rematch of the bowl game, right?
It is. Yeah, I forgot they played
that bowl game.
I forgot about that.
Michigan lost, which was very sad.
But yeah, we were talking about it earlier. People just seem to doubt Harbaugh for some reason.
They put him at what, 14?
Yeah, something like behind Auburn of all all teams.
You think Gus
Malzahn?
Gus Malzahn's gonna do a better job than Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah, come on, get that shit out of here.
You've got to be fucking joking. I mean, Jim Harbaugh took a Brady Hoke school.
Brady Hoke.
Oh,
Brady Hoke, who, if I'm not mistaken,
you know what it is?
Is or was the defensive coordinator at Oregon? I don't think I'm not sure he's still there with their new coaching staff.
I don't know, but he might.
I think he was last year.
He might have just faded off.
It's kind of hilarious.
I think he runs a motel in like Fargo now, probably.
Yeah, probably. He's going the Jim Tom Sula route.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you read these,
but in reverse.
Yeah, exactly. You read these top 25 lists and you wonder, like, did these people start watching football in 2015? Like, do they remember the deep dark days of Michigan when like they lost to Appalachian State?
Oh, that was beautiful.
And that was rock bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some really bad ones after that.
Yeah, Brady Hoke might still have been rock bottom. He was obscenely terrible as a coach.
He was bad. He was bad.
One of the few football coaches I've watched and I think he might actually be just winging this as he goes along. Like,
he was very much a Tom Sula, but without the character.
Yeah.
Tom Sula had like a personality.
So I forgot the other great game of week 1, or the second weekend of week 1, is Florida State and Alabama.
What the fuck?
Florida State and Bama. I believe that is
I didn't know we were getting this.
I believe that is a neutral site game.
Holy
Let's
shit.
see. I think that's the first game in the new Falcon Stadium. Yeah, in Atlanta. Hotlanta.
Son of a bitch.
So
the Falcons don't even get to bring in their own new stadium. That's the punishment for losing the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Fuck you.
So that's going to be very exciting.
Oh, Florida State with DeAndre Francois, one of the 3 best quarterbacks in college football right now, and against Alabama and some guy that we'll all know his name for the next 4 years and then forget it immediately after that.
He'll wind up as the third stringer for the Jets at some point.
Yep.
But,
Though Bama will be throwing in our boy Antioch High School's Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
You go, man.
Who?
I hope Alabama loses every fucking game, but I hope you put down 150 yards every game.
Yes. I was still holding out the slightest bit of hope that he was going to choose Cal, even though I didn't really have any real hope of it happening.
Mr. Melanche tried, but Mr. Melanche was not able to succeed.
It's okay, Matt. We forgive you.
Yeah. Well, you did your best, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, that's a damn good... Oh, man.
That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to make it all worth it.
I got to stand up. I gotta go. I'm not just standing
Shake
up
it out.
because I'm nervous if the camera's still filming. It's because I've got to shake it out.
Shake it out, man. Are we filming?
We are. We have 13 minutes left. What time
Okay.
is it?
What time is it?
Just so we can remember.
It is 7:52.
All right, that's good. Yeah, anyway, you guys, now that we're like halfway through the video, we're in my garage.
Yeah, this is not. They didn't remodel the In-N-Out parking lot.
Or my car.
No. Yeah,
My
John.
car's not a garage.
Very spacious car.
Yeah, I do own a different car.
Wood
now.
paneling and everything.
Because I drive for a living, I got a much more efficient car. So
Yeah, I think this is going to be our new recording spot for this year at least.
I took all my work equipment off this table so that we could have a nice open table. So that's good.
We might get a cameo or two this year from your family poking their heads in and
Maybe even my
saying
cat.
what the fuck are you doing
Yeah,
in here?
exactly. They will actually ask what the fuck I'm doing in here, so that'll be cool. We also have some gasoline in here, so if the season gets really dire, we'll
And-
just blow the whole garage.
Well, and as it gets, I can only hope that would bump up our views.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
But as it gets into the winter months, I'm sure it'll be pretty chilly in here. So we might have
God,
to
it's gonna be
to
bad.
bundle up with some blankets and space heaters.
Yeah, I mean, I've got something for covering for painting over there, so we might be able to. I don't know.
We'll figure that out. Cross that bridge when we
We'll
come
cross
to
that
it.
bridge when we come
Yeah.
to it. Maybe we can get a space heater in here. I think
Yeah.
I have one somewhere, but yeah, I mean, this opens a lot of possibilities. It really does.
We can have like guest interviews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really.
I don't know who we would get.
My brother just bleached his hair, maybe.
Talk to him about that.
Yeah.
Say, were you inspired by Odell Beckham?
Yeah. I don't know how Odell was able to just get it on the top. It's pretty messy now that I've watched it done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I mean, what else do we have to talk about? I mean, this is what other coaching changes am I forgetting?
I don't know. I think that might be all of them.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything as far as that goes.
Where did what's his face wind up? Who was at Texas last year?
I don't think he got rehired.
I think he got hired by one of the Florida schools that we mentioned. I think it was South Florida.
Oh yeah, he was at South Florida. He got fired from South Florida.
No, he got hired by South Florida.
No, he did get
and
hired
fired
by
from Texas.
Check. There,
What is that guy's name?
Let's see the ESPN.
The guy who looks like Barry Bonds.
Yeah, we got to see the ESPN top 25 too, so we can rivet the rest of it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Florida. But these small schools have these fantasies of being big, and I'm not sure why. We can cut all this out.
Charlie Strong.
Yeah, he's a USF. It's a good one.
Yeah, so that's probably one of the main reasons that they're at 19. Like,
Yeah, I would say so.
it's just a new big name coach.
It's one of those small schools that's been packed with talent but has never gone anywhere.
And that reminds me that Texas got their new coach, Tom Herman, who was at Houston.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did. So that's going to be interesting because Houston was able to do... See, I know we had this conversation last year. Is he a good coach, or was Houston able to get big talent because Texas was so bad? And Texas A&M was so bad, and everyone else was so bad?
I think he is a pretty good coach. I remember
Okay.
watching whatever bowl game they were in 2 years ago, and they just throttled.
They beat FSU.
They beat FSU. That's
And
right.
not last year, but the year before.
It's 2 years ago, yeah. And he looked like a really good coach, and obviously was able to recruit
Yeah,
well. So
Fox Jimbo.
you know what? He might actually put the Longhorns back on the map.
It's entirely possible, but I hope we play them again, and I hope we Shrek them again.
Oh, I wish we were. I don't think
Shrek them
that's
last
gonna
year.
happen for a while.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
afraid
we,
of us now.
we crushed them twice.
We did kick their ass.
I guess we
2 years
we
in a row.
didn't crush them either time, but we beat them twice.
Yeah, we beat them We paid him back for stealing our BCS title
Yes.
opportunity.
Better late than fucking never.
Yep.
Fuck you, Mac Brown.
Fuck you guys.
Forever.
Fuck Texas. Sorry.
Yeah. Fuck Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, my bad. I apologize, but fuck Texas. I mean,
You know
what do
what's
want me to
you know what's
say?
better than Friday Night Lights is Varsity Blues.
Oh.
Varsity Blues is fucking great.
Never seen it.
Oh, dude. Fucking John Voight as the asshole high school football coach, and,
Oh my
and
God.
James Vanderbeek as the quarterback.
John Voight would be good at that.
Beak from the Creek. Scott Kahn's in that.
Oh, I know.
Ah, dude, you gotta watch that.
All right. Well, I mean that is really something.
Don't know how we got off on that
Yeah.
tangent, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, what else do we got? They ran. I think they threw some weird ones in the top 20. Here, I just grab Eamon's phone. Can't even wake it up. We're swiping. We're dicing.
Penn State at 6.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. So Penn State blew the Rose Bowl.
Oh my God.
What was actually a very exciting Rose Bowl.
Yeah, it was a
But,
great Rose Bowl, but God. did they
U.S.
blow it.
Darnold led the Trojans to victory, but Penn State, they've got this quarterback who's good but overrated.
Oh, very much. He's Hackenberg too, the sequel.
Hackenberg was always terrible. I think he's better. He's better than
He's better than Hackenberg.
Hackenberg. Yeah. What's this guy's name
I
again?
can't remember.
Something weird. McSorley. Trace McSorley.
Surely. Is he actually Irish, or does he just have an Irish name?
I kind of hope he's Irish. Not like Bobby McFerrin.
But yeah, no, I don't. Penn State has no business at 6.
No, that's
one of those things.
that's gonna come crashing down.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they have a little bit of the people who do these polls. I don't know if the AP is this way, but they have a little bit of a romance with Penn State. Same thing with a lot of these teams.
Well, so the Big Ten is pretty good this year.
Yeah,
As it is most years. And
it's dangerous. Big Ten,
I
though.
find it hard to believe that they're gonna be able to beat Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State, and what will likely be rebounding year, and Nebraska.
That's going to be an HE double toothpicks. And then another
Especially Michigan and Ohio State.
And a 0. And that's going to be a hell no.
Yeah.
They are going to lose.
Shit, they might even lose to Iowa.
Oh yeah. They'll. I bet they'll lose to Iowa because Iowa's in hype mode right now. Because they think this could be a year for them.
They'll probably lose to Ohio State in a revenge game for the Buckeyes.
I think Urban Meyer is one of those coaches where like he's just good enough to use everything he learned from you in your last game against you, and you're not what's his name's not going to make any changes.
Yeah, and I bet
Because
Michigan.
he can't. He doesn't have any new resources.
Yeah, and depending on how things start out for Michigan this year, I bet Michigan will beat them as well. So don't believe the hype on Penn State.
They'll be drifting down the order fast. They'll
To
still be in
quote-
the top 25.
To quote Flavor Flav, don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. And kick that beat for them one more
You
time.
gotta get Flavor Flav in here, man. Speaking of guest interviews,
He's not really a local.
how great would that be? Nah, we can fly him out. I'm sure he wouldn't charge that much.
Call his agent.
Yeah, you just gotta have in his rider. I'm sure he has to have a clock at all
I
times.
think Snoop loves football more than him, though. I think we have a better chance of getting Snoop.
We can get Snoop.
Yeah, we can totally.
Me and Snoop go way back.
Yeah, we'll just tell him we're fans of Long Beach Polytechnic.
My buddy Josh went to Long Beach Poly. He's a big Long Beach Poly football fan. He could probably get Snoop on here for us.
We have an in.
Josh.
Yeah, Josh, come talk to us. Talk
Yeah.
to us, Josh. Anyway, we have a few more on here that are absurd. The number 8 is just the Baker Mayfield hype train. He's not going to make the same mistakes as Johnny Manziel, but he'll meet a similar.
Baker Mayfield, who much like Kevin Hogan has been, much as Kevin Hogan was at Stanford for 10 years, Baker Mayfield has been at Oklahoma since the dawn of time.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. I think he's a vampire, but regardless, he's not going to play well in the NFL. I doubt he'll even get picked.
No, and Oklahoma is probably still going to be reeling from Bob Stoops dipping pretty late in the off season. So
Like we were saying earlier, there's some dirty secrets there, and
Yeah,
they'll
absolutely.
come out and shock the program a little bit.
yeah, that's a team that's gonna be destined for falling off, I think.
Oh yeah, they might even fall out of the 25. We'll see how well they take the news.
And we'll get to see how good Lamar Jackson is carrying a Louisville team. Coming off a Heisman, see if he can carry the whole team on his back.
He might be able to do it. I mean, he was getting really frustrated last year just because the O-line is trash. I mean, seriously, how are you not able to just build an O-line? Like, it's like they threw all their energy into getting the best quarterback in the country, and then they're like, oh, we forgot an O-line.
It's gonna be like what happened to Robert Griffin on the Washington professional football team. Like, you got this dynamic guy who's just gonna get ruined behind a paper thin offensive line. It's like, welp, didn't see that coming.
You don't even bother picking a good quarterback if you don't have an O-line like the Cowboys. I mean, let's be real.
Well, most teams don't have an O-line like the Cowboys.
Then don't pick the quarterback unless you want to just like keep him on the bench.
Yeah.
But, all right, what other trash picks do we have here? Auburn at 13.
I never
LSU at 12. They're gonna drop like a rock.
I never have any faith in Auburn.
Well, LSU doesn't have their running back anymore, right?
Yeah, who do they even have?
No one. And what's his name's not a head coach.
Ed Orgeron?
No, I don't think so.
I think I like Ed Orgeron. I think he's
a good dude, but I don't think he can out coach people in that conference.
Yeah, that'll be tough.
Yeah. I think he's a little bit below Gus Malzahn. But yeah, I mean, to round out that 15 outside the top 10, there were some bad ones. Stanford at 14, which is like where they always are. I'm just glad that ESPN's not putting them any higher, because that's what you see people do a lot of, where they put them at like 6 and then they drop to 10.
Stanford's only really that high because they don't have a ton of competition in the North, other than Washington.
Pac-12 North's pretty easy for them. Georgia, I don't even understand why they're at 15.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't believe Georgia until I actually see it.
That's a talentless team with no coach.
I would look at these others receiving votes that I would put over Georgia. Yeah. Washington State, Colorado.
Boise State for sure.
Wow, why did Notre Dame get so many votes? Jesus Christ.
Again, romance.
Yeah.
It's a romanced team.
I think we're coming up on the end of our time here, John. If my timing is correct.
So just to round out the rest of them, USF at 21 only because they have Charlie Strong. Kansas State for God knows why. And Tennessee and Utah, which are about where they should be.
Utah's solid.
Utah might even should be a little higher probably.
Yeah.
But and then Miami hanging out at 18, but they should ascend, I would think.
We can only hope that this is the year of the Miami resurgence.
I can really hope.
College football needs it.
New QB though, so my hopes
no
are
more
low.
Brad Kaya.
Yeah, Kaya. Somebody played him in preseason.